How do you feel about plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery? What is your opinion on that?
I'm not against it. I do believe there's such thing as like overdoing it, but I'm not really against it. I actually had a BBL myself, where they removed the fat from my stomach and put it in my butt. So I'm not really against it. I'm sure nobody knows that about me, so you be the first one to know. But I'm not against it though. I am against implants. I'm not really an implant girl. They look weird. I don't really like them. So yeah, I'm not really against it though.
Were you against it at one point? Were you trying to be one of those people that remained natural and tried to stay true to yourself?
I was like, you know, when I first started, I was like more on the heavier side. I was like 200 and something pounds. And like, I was trying to be like, oh, they gonna respect me for me, da 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 da. But as I got in the gym and I started losing weight, I started looking at my body and started looking good. But it was this one thing that I didn't like, and that was the fact that I had a flat ass. And I did so many squats and I did so many bench and weightlifting and all types of shit, and it didn't work. So I wasn't getting the results I wanted. So out of nowhere, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, for me, for my career, I'm just gonna do it. So I went and got a BBL.
Was that something that you, did you try personal trainer to help you get this the butt naturally before you resulted towards surgery?
I did 2 different personal trainers, male and female. I was doing every day in the gym for a year straight, and my body was looking good, but it wasn't getting that curve that I wanted. So I still work out to this day, almost every day, and I still maintain my health, and I still like keep myself up. But I did go get a BBL because I wanted it bigger.
Was there a reason why it wouldn't work out naturally through what did the personal trainers say? Was it their fault?
There's a such thing as like lifting the butt, but there's no such thing as actually growing the butt. A lot of these girls on Instagram that are fitness models, they cap a lot. Like, they got surgery, but they try to act like they got it in the gym. But I'm just not a capper, so I just felt like, you know, saying it or whatever. But no, it's not the trainer's fault. They did good, but they didn't do good enough. And, you know, I told them I wanted it natural. I could have went Vixen, but I got natural medicine.
If there's women out there that cap about this, they got work done, but they won't admit it.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
Probably one, because of what people are going to say. That's the main thing. That's like the biggest fear of everybody, is what other people are going to say if they tell people that they got surgery. My thing was, I just got tired of my fans and different people commenting under my pictures like, oh, she got this body, she got this butt natural, da-da-da-da-da. So I just want to throw that out there that I did get a BBL, because I just like keeping it 100. Like, I got a BBL, bitch, period.
Do you think it's do you think it's a hustle for them? Because you said like fitness models.
It is a hustle for fitness models.
Like, yeah, you could have your body like this, but the secret is I really got it done.
Right.
But I'm faking it like.
So people will follow them and buy their products and, you know, be like, oh, I want a butt like this person. I can, if I just take these pills, or if I just do this plan, I can have this butt. And it's not true. You can build your butt in the gym. I have seen girls really. There's one girl named Nayfit. I think she worked out real hard, and you know, some girls really do build their butt. But me, I just did it for a year and it wasn't happening. So I was like, I just want a BBL. And I think a lot of girls don't want people to know who their doctor is, because they don't want them to go to them. But mine was Oliver Chain.
Do you? I have a lot of questions about a BBL, because there might be people watching this that have these questions too.
Okay.
Do you mind getting detailed about the operation and things of that nature, or are we just stating it and we're going to keep it moving type of thing?
No, we can be honest about it.
Okay. Well, here's the other question I had when it comes to girls admitting about it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know personally girls that have gotten plastic surgery or cosmetic, fitness models, that won't admit to it.
Yeah. I know a couple, and I know a couple strippers too.
Have you ever conversed with them and asked them why they won't admit it, or are we just inferring here, it's a hustle for some, it's because they don't want to...
Everybody's favorite answer is, it's nobody's business. That's everybody's favorite answer. It's nobody's business. So I could have did the same thing, but I just choose to keep it real about mine because it's like, I don't got nothing to hide, so...
Have people, as you've gotten comments about people saying, hey, her butt's natural, blah, 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 have you had also comments of people saying, I think she got some work done?
Plenty. Yeah,
Okay.
Everybody. Like, oh, where she go? Where you go, sis? But actually, after I got my surgery, I went on Facebook Live and showed people, like, yeah, I got my surgery, but I deleted it. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to just wait till I come out with my first pictures or whatever. But I got plenty of comments like that. So now, y'all can comment all y'all want because I freed myself from this secret.
How long have you been holding this secret for?
I got it done last Halloween.
And it's July. No, it's August.
I got it done in October. So.
Yeah, so almost 1 year. Because it's August, 3rd today? So almost 1 year.
Yeah.
10 months you've kept it? When did you do this?
I didn't keep it a secret. I just didn't say nothing. I just didn't respond when people.
When you posted this video and took it down, when was that in this chronological
That was in October.
order?
I was still in Miami when I posted that.
Oh,
like
so
fresh.
So really,
you know how you ain't never had shit, and you like, look at these new shoes, look at this new ass, period. It's over for you bitches, period.
So
Okay.
so some people saw that. Some people saw that video before you. How long did you have the video up for?
I had it up for like a day, and a lot of my fans saw it. And actually, a lot of girls inboxed me and asked me who I went to, and I told them, just on a personal level, through the DM.
Could it also be that a person doesn't want to mention the doctor because they had to pay all this money for it, and they didn't get this surgery on a discount or for free for promo, and that's why they keep that to themselves, possibly, or no?
Could be, but normally if a doctor gives you a surgery for a discount, it's because he wants you to promote them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, but could be. I'm actually going to get one more surgery, though.
Did you try to cut a discount with this doctor and say, hey, I've got so many followers and...
I didn't. I was professional with him. I did let him know I was an artist, so I wanted it done right because I'm going to be on camera a lot. And I just told him, like, I want it natural. But he is a expert at doing natural shapes, that match your thighs and whatnot. Some people get the vixen look, but I wanted it natural looking.
Now, okay, let's talk about a few things. Was there ever a thought on injections, going that route instead of the
Never.
BBL?
Never, ever, ever. Because I've seen plenty of strippers with injections and, sis, look like books in their ass, like history books. I'm good, I
mean,
wanted to go the safest route.
I mean, obviously, when it comes to injections, they're illegal from the FDA and things of that nature, and there's people that actually went to prison over this stuff because people have died over it.
Right.
They've given an injection, somebody died over it, and then they're held responsible.
I wasn't laying in nobody's basement. I went to an actual place in Miami. I did all my research for months to make sure. Then I finally put it in my head I was ready, and I did it. So, but I did a lot of research. Yeah. It was just a fat transfer, though. They just like sucked lipo from my back and from my stomach and put it in my butt. And only a certain percentage of it lived. It was bigger at first.
How long before it actually dies out, quote unquote?
I think it's like after 3 or 4 months, how it's gonna look.
So it's almost like a breast augmentation in a sense, because a female will get a breast augmentation, they sit up high close to their neck,
right,
and then it has a natural drop over some time, and then those are what the real boobs will be.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like sitting up real good, like a little apple at first,
okay,
and then it dropped into some little...
Do you miss that? Do you miss the size it was at first compared to what it is now, or?
I'm good now, but it is addictive, like getting tattoos. Like after you get it, you be like, dang, I should have got a little bigger, But I'm good with mine. I think it looked natural, and I like it, and it's nice, and guys like it. And nobody even knew that it was. Wouldn't even know unless I said something, except for my fans, because they've been watching me since day one.
Now, you've been exercising, you've been in the gym, so I imagine your stomach was already toned up or toning.
It was. But I still had that pouch. I mean, I still got a little pouch because I keep eating, but I love tacos. But I still had a pouch at the bottom, but that went down a lot after the surgery.
Were you happy about that?
I was real happy about that. And I was happy that they took some from under here and back here on my fat ass back. So that went down from a quarterback to a single. And I was happy. I'm still happy.
Now, okay, are you, because I have questions, and I want to get through all these questions, but when it comes to, are you open about your age? Do you share what age you are, or you don't?
Google me.
Okay. I won't ask you the age question. But I guess in the age question, whatever age you are, right? Mm-hmm. And you haven't stated it, but whatever age you are you happy at this age you are that you've got it done? Do you wish you would have gotten it done years before in the past? Or is now the right time?
No, you know what? Now's the right time, I think, because I started rapping. And once I started rapping, it's like people start critiquing you more. Like, oh, she need her butt. She need this. First it was, I was too fat, so I lost weight. Then it was, oh, she don't have no ass, so I got ass. Then it's, she need her teeth fixed, so that's next. And that'll be the end after that. And then veneers. And then it's always something when you're an artist. And I know you shouldn't listen to what people say, but it's hard being an artist and not trying to work on your image. I'm always reinventing myself. So this was a way of me reinventing myself to another badass Becky, you know?
So the teeth are next.
Yes.
Why not do teeth first?
I should have did the teeth first, but the ass was just right there, and it was just something I wanted to do, so I just did it. So.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
So is this something that one gets done after they have children?
I would think they should, because kids, you know, they stretch you out. My son stretched me out a lot. My titties dropped, my stomach wrinkled up. So you definitely want to get your surgery after. It's called a mommy makeover, which I didn't get that, but after.
I know you're against implants, but is there a thought for a breast lift, perhaps?
I did think about breast lift, but I just didn't want to overdo it. So I'm going to just let these orangutans hang and, you know, just have my butt and my teeth, and I'm good. I'm good. I thought about it, though, but no.
Now, you did get this done in Miami. Why stay in the United States and do it? Why not go outside of the country?
I'm not going over there. I don't know the people. They might have me held hostage. I've seen too many movies. But no, I have friends that went to DR and stuff, and they said that they're not sanitary. They don't wash their hands. They don't use gloves. All that stuff is scary to me. So I'm good. And then I don't want to be way over there if something would have went wrong. Because I actually took a couple friends with me to Miami. And so, yeah, no.
And why Miami? Why not LA? Why not New York City to get this done?
Because I heard Miami was the best place, and I think it is, like, the most popular place other than going out of the country to get a nice body. Miami, slick.
Now, you shared the doctor's name already. Why that doctor? You could have gone to any doctor. Why this particular?
He is fine. I went to him because I went to a particular place called Spectrum Aesthetics. And there's a few doctors there. But out of all the doctors, he's called the Peach King. So that was my top reason. And I looked at all his work. I went on his page. I went on their page. I went on the website. And his butts just look so much more round and more natural than the other people. So I picked him. And I'm glad I picked him.
You had a good chemistry with him, too?
I did. He was cool.
How many doctors do you think you researched before you chose him?
I think I at least researched like 5 or 6 doctors. Yeah. And he was affordable at the time. His prices went up. But at the time, he was affordable, so I was like, cool.
And of course, the doctor has references, but did you actually know somebody, a personal friend that went to him, or no?
I had a personal friend who recommended that institution or that place, and that's who I picked from looking at all the...
This was the first time you've ever had surgery?
Yes. Besides, like, jaw surgery.
You've had jaw surgery?
Yeah, but that was because my jaw was broken before.
From what?
A guy broke my jaw. That's why it's kind of like, you probably can't see. You may see on camera, but it's like offset a little bit.
This was somebody you were in a relationship with?
Yeah.
Domestic violence?
Yeah. I've been through a lot of that.
Now, were you nervous? Because you had, and this, what jaw surgery was it? Was it open jaw surgery? Did they just have to wire you shut?
They wired me shut. I was sucking my food through a straw for like 3 months. But there's still a wire in my jaw, like right here.
That'll be there forever, or?
Yeah, it's gonna be there forever. It was wired here and over here.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Well, because you went through that situation there, were you nervous before this surgery? Because you've had some sort of experience with...
Not really. I wasn't nervous. What I did was I called my grandma. And my grandma is a praying woman, and I love my grandma, and whatever she say, I try to hold on to it. She didn't like the fact that I was getting the surgery, but she prayed for me. So I was like, okay, grandma prayed, so I'm good. So I went into surgery, I said my own prayer, and I was like, I'll be okay. And I did it. I really wanted to do it. When I put my mind to something, nobody can tell me what to do. I do what I want to do.
People have died from complications of cosmetic surgery.
They have.
Was that ever a concern for you?
No, not really, because when I went to get my checkup before the surgery, everything was A1. And then I had been, like I said, working out for a year, eating clean. I changed my whole diet. And that's another thing about surgery. People think because they get surgery, like, boom, they changed and everything's good. No, you got to keep it up. So I changed my eating habits. It's like a lifestyle now. Going to the gym is a lifestyle. It's a habit. So, you know, I felt healthy, and I felt like I would heal good. And I ate all the right foods afterwards, and I didn't even take the pain medicine that much. I more stuck to like herbal stuff and eating right, and you know, so I wasn't really worried about it.
You had enough fat to do this surgery already, or does the doctor say, hey, gain some weight so we can...
No, they told me just make sure I don't gain any more weight.
Oh.
I was at the perfect BMI, body mass index or whatever. So I had the perfect amount of fat, which was... Everything happened so perfect. That's why I did the surgery. If it was too many complications, I would have got scared. But the money came perfectly. The BMI was perfect. The doctor visit beforehand went perfect. Everything went perfect. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to get it.
This was show money here, or did you have a significant...
money.
Okay.
Strictly.
It wasn't a significant other sponsoring this one?
Not at all. I did it all by myself. Yep. I wish it was. Next time, y'all.
Have you ever been offered that? Has a guy ever offered that to you before?
Offer surgery?
Yeah.
Not really, but I did. Oh, yeah, I'm lying. I did have a little Haitian friend offer to get me my boobs done, but I was not ready because I had just got my surgery.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm gonna wait on that.
Was he serious about that, or was he just capped?
Dead ass. He wasn't capping. He had got another girl's done before me. So yeah.
Still friends with this guy or no?
I am.
Just curious.
It's my buddy.
Gotta
keep him.
This is a friend, or is there like a romantic connection here? Like he's in the friend zone, or
in the wind because somebody might be trying to piece stuff together. So I'm gonna just.
Okay, got you. No cold feet before the surgery, even signing the waiver. You got to sign your life away. No problem there.
Check, please, because I knew after I got it, it was on and popping. Price is going up, period.
How long was the actual operation?
How long was it?
Yeah.
So they put me to sleep. I don't know how long it was. I just woke up and I had ass. It was like 3 hours, I think. And yeah, and I was in pain when I woke up though.
You were.
The first day was like, I was draining and bleeding and ugh. Yeah, and the nurse who woke me up, she put me in the wheelchair on my butt. So that's why I was really in pain. Then when I got in the car, oh, another thing, I laid down in the car for like 5 months in the back seat. Couldn't drive, couldn't sit down. Everywhere I went to the bar, stand up.
Mm.
Yeah, if you wanted to turn out right, don't sit on it.
Now, I don't know where you personally live, but wherever you do live, house, condo, whatever, is there stairs where you live? Like, do you have to walk stairs to get to your master bedroom?
Luckily for me, I'm on the bottom. So, I was good.
So your room was already on the bottom floor.
And I had help. My son helped take good care of me. So,
I see.
yeah.
And, okay, even though you were bleeding and stuff like that, that was considered normal or abnormal for this surgery?
It's normal.
Okay.
You're not bleeding per se, you're draining. So there's like fluid in your body that needs to be pushed out through massages so that you can get that shape that you want. Like your stomach, after lipo, you have to get that fluid pushed out, which was, it hurt.
Does your son actually help you with any of the massage stuff and things of that nature?
Not really, but I had this little roller thing, and he used to roll me out a lot. And he was cool with it, too. He was like, that's what you want to do, Ma. Like, whatever.
Care to share what age your son is?
13.
He wasn't grossed out like, Mom, I'm not trying to see your butt and things of that nature?
Yeah, he was. He was like, Mom, you're not old enough to be peeing in a cup right now. Like, but he is a big helper, so he was cool.
And he knew what was going on. You were having surgery for a bigger butt, and
he knew.
You were open about this with him and stuff like that.
Because he sees stuff all the time. He sees stuff on the internet way worse than me and that. So I just, told him in a nice way. But he knew. He was with it. He was like, it looked good.
He wasn't against it. He wasn't trying to talk you out of it. Like, Mom, don't. It's just keep it natural.
He was telling me, you pretty like you are, Mom. Just, da-da-da. And I was like, I know. I just need a little butt.
And was that a concern for him at all? I mean, the fact that people can die from, complications of cosmetic surgery, was that ever a conversation he has with you? Like, Mom,
no.
I don't want to lose my mother over this.
No, I don't think he thought of it like that.
Okay, just curious.
I think he was like, she gonna be okay. She wouldn't do it if, but he never said nothing like that. He was more like, he was cool with it. He was like, is it gonna be like Nicki Minaj? I was like, no, it's just gonna be natural looking. So, it was cool.
Operation was considered a success?
It was. Mm-hmm.
Now,
I like it.
You don't live in Miami.
No.
How far do you stay away from Miami, if you care to share?
About 3 hours.
Okay. What's that like recovery process-wise? How long do you have to stay in Miami before you go back home?
I stayed in Miami for a week. You can stay in a recovery house with like a bunch of girls and stuff, but I didn't want to do that. So I rented an Airbnb, which had a few rooms. So I had a couple friends with me helping me out, and we were good. And my cousin came to help me too. So it was good.
I see.
Yeah.
And the recovery process, what was that like for you? I know you kind of shared some insights saying, you were in pain immediately after surgery, but take us through the recovery process part. What was that like? Surgery's over with. You're in the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The recovery process, I was in the Airbnb. I was taking these little pills that you put under your tongue that help with pain. I was taking the pain medication. The girls I had with me were good help. They already went and had my prescriptions ready and getting filled. By the time I was rolling out the hospital, I was popping my pills and I was good. I laid on my stomach. I went to sleep for the first day because, I was in pain. I just wanted to go to sleep. So I went to sleep, woke up. When I had to use the bathroom, I was using a cup because I didn't feel like sitting and bending and doing all that. Because when you come out of surgery, they put you in a thing called a faja, and it's like a, like a body shaper, but it has a hole in it where your crotch is. So I just didn't have no underwear on, and I just put the cup right there, and I was just peeing in it. And till I started using the bathroom. And, yeah, that was kind of hard for like the first week. But, I mean, by the second week, I was getting used to it. There was a lot of laying down in the back of cars, and can't sit down.
Okay, now I'm really detailed with my questions. So if I ask you something that grosses you out, you don't have to answer. But because this is your butt, all right, it's one thing to pee.
Right.
What about actual defecating?
Well, with that, I had to take the faja off and basically, use the bathroom, and it was cool. It didn't really hurt. They said it might hurt.
Sitting on the toilet?
But I ate soft foods for the first 4 days. I ate pineapples, papaya, mangoes, yogurt, soup. I didn't eat like heavy food, so it wasn't hard. It was all right.
So you're sitting on the toilet and defecating. You're not doing it in a bedpan or a cup.
I'm not even sitting on the toilet. I'm like squatting over the toilet.
Are your legs or your quadriceps, are they hurting at all or no?
No, because I've been squatting for a year before I even got the surgery.
That makes sense.
So it was good.
How would you rate the recovery process overall? How would you, if the operation was a success, was the recovery process a success?
The recovery process was great. I didn't have to go back and get a follow-up because I didn't have any complications. I followed the guidelines. I did what they told me to do. The number one key to recovery is listening to the doctor's instructions. I know so many girls that leave surgery, they sit on their butt, they don't listen, and then their butt look like they never got it done. So, like, I just did what they told me to do, and it was good.
And you also said you did take a video, right, of because you were excited and things of that nature. And I don't know if we mentioned how far after the surgery you actually do this, but in this chronological order we've been developing here, when do you actually take this video? Is it when you're in the Airbnb?
4 days later in the Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like, it might have been earlier than that. But I had my faja on, I had a one piece on, and I just went live. And I was like, yeah, y'all, got a BBL, don't care, oh well, And then I ended up taking it down because a lot of people was like, don't tell everybody, just wait and pop out with your pictures and da-da-da. So I just took it down. And then I popped out with my pictures and let people just think what they wanted to think.
What was the worst part of the recovery process for you?
Laying on my stomach. Like, I don't sleep like that. So I had to get used to laying on my stomach constantly. And that was so aggravating. Like, I remember one night I cried because I wanted to lay on my side. Like, you just got to get used to doing something that you never did, and that's the only thing. It's uncomfortable laying on your stomach. But after about a month or two, I was good.
So you're laying on your stomach for a month or two?
I was laying on my stomach for like 5 months because I wanted to make sure that it was going to turn out right.
So you exceeded whatever the doctor's orders were?
No, the doctor's orders are 6 months.
Oh.
So.
You didn't do 7 just to be extra safe?
I didn't. After 6, I was fine. Once I could sit down on a chair without using a pillow, I was like, I'm good.
At what point do you start driving again? Because you actually got to sit and drive.
6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
How do you...
I was lifting. I was taking a lift everywhere. I spent so much money on lifts. And then not only that, my son doesn't ride the bus. I take him to school. So I lifted my son to school for 5 months.
Have you calculated or totaled up how much you spent on Lyft?
No, but I know it was a lot. It was thousands, and which was crazy. That was just much as surgery was.
I imagine you have to take off from shows and features.
Oh, no. I didn't take off from no shows. Every time I had a show, I went. I did my thing and I left. I had a show that Plies was at, actually, like right after. And I was like, I'm not missing that. And I'm glad I didn't miss it. And I went. I just didn't sit down.
So any show that was already, so you didn't take time off your schedule and say, okay, I'm not getting booked for anything for a month or two. You actually, you had this Plies booking, this Plies show booking.
I had that Plies booking like 2 weeks later.
After the surgery you took.
Right after.
So this wasn't in advance.
I was still in pain. But I didn't want to miss it. Not even just because Plies was there. I didn't want to miss it because it was a big show.
It was a look.
It was a festival, and it was big. So I wanted to be there to make sure that I did what I was supposed to do.
And it wasn't...
And everybody was looking at me like, something different about Becky.
And when we are referencing Plies, he was the headliner. It wasn't his actual festival, right?
No, it was actually my manager, T-Mac. It was his festival. He was throwing it. He's a promoter and a manager. I think I had Mouse last time I came, but yeah, T-Mac is a big promoter, and he was throwing a festival, and Plies was he was the main person there, really. So I just had to be there. I'm glad I was, because he ended up shouting me out on stage and, give me a hug and a kiss, So it was a good look.
Now,
it was lit.
You were in pain doing that show?
Not really, but I felt a little swollen, because if you stay out of that faja for too long, you start feeling swollen.
So you did take it off for the performance?
I did, and then I put it back on right after.
And what about features? Did you stop yourself from doing features because you didn't want to be in the studio? Or?
That's how I make money. That's how I make my money.
How soon before you actually hit the studio for the first time after the operation?
I think I hit the studio like 3 weeks later, like a week after my show, because I had a feature lined up. And I had a music video like a month later, and I ended up showing up to that too.
So were you trying to stay out of the studio personally for yourself as long as possible before feature came up? Like, were you trying to just take it easy and not do studio stuff, but hey, if a feature comes, I'll take it because it's money.
I was trying to stay out of the studio. I was trying to, relax but still be, keep up my momentum and still keep working, because if I don't work, I don't eat. So I was still in the studio. I tried to relax, but stuff just kept coming, so.
And did you take any of this stuff into consideration when you get this surgery? So, of course, you're using feature money and show money for the actual surgery, but are you taking into consideration the lift calculation and things of that nature?
None of it. Just got the surgery, and then after that, I'll figure it out. And I figured it out.
So if people are watching this and they're thinking about the surgery and it costs this X amount, it's really more than that, because when you add the lift stuff and other kinds of stuff that come up, and
going to Miami and food and travel
and the Airbnb there
and everything else, and then after surgery, nobody, please don't get surgery because of me. I'm just telling y'all my experience. Don't say Becky did it, so I'm doing it.
So, if somebody's watching, and let's just say the surgery costs, I don't know, $5,000. I'm just hypothetically speaking. If it costs $5,000, when you accumulate all this other stuff to it, and maybe taking off from work and doing shows, I mean, this $5,000 could balloon to 10, 15.
Easy. Yep.
So something to think about before going through something like this. When it came to the recovery process...
They make you pay for the products, too.
They do.
Like the fajas are like $140, and the board you put on your... is like $60, and they make you pay for everything. So.
Now, you said the girls got the medicine prepared for you and everything. Are you talking about your personal friends, or are you talking about girls that worked for this doctor?
Personal friends.
Okay. When it came to the pain medication, did you become addicted to it?
Oh, no. I didn't even finish it. I just saw the bottle in the medicine cabinet the other day. I was like, I didn't even finish these. I'm not a medicine girl. I'm not a pill girl at all. I don't like taking pills.
Because I've actually done an interview with somebody that had a pill addiction off of the medicine for a surgery before.
Oh, wow. No.
So these things do happen.
I'm more of a naturalist, you know. I'd rather heal the natural way. Look up foods that help you heal and herbs. And, yeah, I'm not a pill girl, so I was good.
You didn't bend any of the doctor's rules.
No, I don't think so.
You followed them to a T.
I did so much to a T. My friend, I got another friend who had surgery before me. She's the one who convinced me to do it. She was like, girl, you overdoing it. And I'm like, I'm making sure.
So no complications from this surgery at all?
No, thank God. No.
Okay, now, again, I get really detailed with my questions. I'm going to throw you a question. If you're comfortable with answering, cool. If not, I understand. But how long before you get you get sexual and things of that nature?
I had some dick like, let me see, December. So about 2 months later, yeah. I was getting dick through the high hole. Yeah.
Okay. Were there any doctor's orders about stuff like that?
I don't think I was supposed to be having sex that early because you're not supposed to sit on it, but I sat on it.
I mean, is that a conversation they even have, or is that even in the instructions?
I mean, they do say that you shouldn't have sexual intercourse for a certain amount of time. Don't remember how long it was. All I knew was, I mean, it's ways to go about doing it. So I would drink. This is what would happen. I would go on dates with this guy I was dealing with, and we would get to drinking, and then I just didn't feel pain no more. So just whatever. Like,
that's how that works.
Yeah.
After you do it for the first time in that amount of time, is it something you're like, okay, I'm enough, or is that something that just becomes regular after that point?
No, I would just do it like here and there. I wasn't like every day just getting it in. I was like, like every few days type of thing.
And did this other person convince you to have sex, or it's you've been waiting to do it?
I mean, nobody ever made me do nothing. So I mean, I wanted to do it, and he wanted to do it, and it just kind of happened. Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'm saying, some people, they get horny, but because they just had surgery, they can't do anything about it. So was it one of those instances where, man, I've been waiting to do it, and now's the time to press the issue and do it?
I think really he was just trying to get it before anybody else got it. He wanted to get it before anybody else got it after I had it. That's what I think. But,
Now, is sex any different because you have this behind now, this extra?
No, not for me. But you know what? He did mention that he had a girl before that she had it, and then she ended up something happened and she had to go back or whatever. She went to a different doctor though, but I was good.
So this person you never had sex with prior to the surgery. This was your first time after.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is because I'm curious if somebody had sex with you before and after, if they're able to compare.
You know what's crazy? I didn't have sex for like 6 months before my surgery. So I was like, ready.
I see.
I was on some self-awakening type of trip before the surgery. So, yeah, I wasn't even doing nothing. So when we got it in, it was like, got me back lit again.
Now, okay, somebody watching this in the recovery process, I mean, you gave us a few gems here and some advice. Is there any do's or don'ts? Somebody recovering from a BBL, short for a Brazilian butt lift.
Eat healthy. Try to eat healthy. Stay away from fast food. Eat a lot of avocados because they're good fat. And the healthier you eat, the more prone you are to have those fat cells survive. Because it's all about your health. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the doctor. Don't sit on your butt at least 3 to 4 months. That's at the least. Just listen to the doctor. He's going to give you a long list of stuff to do. Just do everything on the list. That's my number one thing for recovery. And where to find. So, that's all.
And now when it came to people's first time seeing your new body, was it more positive than negative feedback? Was it even?
Well, I definitely got more DMs. I got more DMs and, more people on my line trying to hit me up because everybody wanted just a little piece of the new Becky or whatever. But I was already, like, cold-hearted from when I was that girl. And it was like, it wasn't like that. So I'm like, yeah, I already know what time it is. But I got a lot of positive feedback from my fans and girls and non-haters, And the haters was watching, too. Y'all can go to my doctor. You're welcome, sis.
What was the first reaction? What was the first reaction to your body from your actual family, your biological family?
My dad was like, "What?" But he ended up being cool with it after he saw it. My grandma did not like it. She was like, "Why you need to go get your arm pot so big?" She didn't like it, but she got used to it. My aunt was accepting of it. Even if she didn't like it, she didn't tell me. My brother was cool with it. He like, "Do your shit, sis, because it's going to help you in your career. And, people going to be more because that's what they looking for, So, and my friends was loving it. So, I mean, it was overall good. The only people that got something bad to say is like naysayers and spammers and people who get paid to make people's life miserable on Instagram, so.
But when you say like I think you said your father.
Mm-hmm.
When you say your father was like, what, and then he learned to like it after time, was it just because he was surprised about it? He didn't know?
I told him I was going to do it. And, but I think, and he wasn't like, he was like, "Why are you doing that? Don't do that." But then he was like, "If that's what you're going to do." Because my dad done watched me be badass Becky for so long. He like, "You done did more stuff than that, so why not?" So everybody was just happy I made it through it safe. And, it went good.
And with your dad, when he has to get used to it, is it just because he's not used to the shape right away, or just it was too big because, it sits up a little high at first, and then, you get your real shape?
Yeah, when they saw it, it was Thanksgiving, so it was fresh. And they was like, it's definitely different. But my dad didn't really say nothing about it. He didn't really, what I expected him to say, he didn't say. He kind of accepted it, so.
So you were the topic of conversation for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes, period. I'm always the topic of conversation at family dinners. Mm-hmm.
When you say you notice more DMs, more specific here, are you noticing a higher level of people? And when I say higher level,
blue checks.
Yeah, you're getting blue checks and a higher.
More blue checks was in my DMs. So.
I see.
Yeah, but I would never say like who or nothing, but like definitely got more DMs.
Some people you were surprised to see DMs from?
Yeah. Some people I act like I didn't see their DM because I was so surprised. So.
Some people that you were like, wow, you would have never hit me up.
A couple of people I went out with though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not like a stuck-up girl. If I like something, I like it, so. I went out with a couple of people.
Not like you didn't DM me then, but you DM me now.
I had a couple of them that I did do that to. But a couple of them I'm like, "Oh, I've been waiting for this, hey?" Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the size, I know we talked about this in the very beginning of the segment, but I just want to get in a little more detail with the size. Mm-hmm. How do you choose the size? And I know you said that you wish you would have went a little bit bigger.
I mean, not really. If I just keep working on my waist and keep eating right and doing more abs than what I've been doing, because I eat a lot. I like to eat out. I love crab legs and tacos and all types of stuff. And I always mess up my gains because I work hard in the gym all week and then I go crazy on the weekend and I drink a lot too. So, but sometimes I wish I would have just went like a little bit bigger, but I'm not doing no more surgery like that. The only other surgery I'm gonna do is the veneers. That's it.
How did you actually choose the size? Do you go with the doctor's recommendation? Do you say, I want it a little bigger than your recommendation or a little less than your recommendation? How did that
The doctor, Dr. Chang is like really he's a natural doctor. And he straight up told me, he was like, you need to go natural. Like, I'm going to make it look natural. The goal is to make it look as natural as possible. And that's what I wanted, because it's better to start off small and go bigger than start off big and regret it. So I was like, I'm going to just go natural.
And care to share what actual size, or I don't know how they do it. How do they judge what the size is? Care to share whatever that is, or do they go by numbers, or?
No, they just show you pictures of like rappers. Like they be like, you want to go Nicki big, or you want to go this big, or you want to go. And I was like, just give me natural, just
It's not like a breast implant. They say, oh yeah, we'll go to double D's, or we'll go to.
Oh no, it's not a size like that. Now they do go by like waist size and all that stuff, but I wasn't familiar with none of that. I just knew, I just wanted a little bit more than what I had. So, yeah. If I could show you that before video, I deleted it. But ooh, pancake.
And how do they actually, when you're going through the size with the doctor, do they put like something on your body to kind of show you what it would look like? Is there a way to actually, or an animation of you on a computer screen that this is what it could look like? Like, how did they?
Nope, not really. Just shows you work that he done before. And I just kind of like, oh, I kind of want it like that, And then I get to pick where they take the fat from. Like, I got to pick where I wanted the fat taken from, and he would draw where I wanted it taken from. And you could tell him, like, I want my waist snatched, or I want my hips wider, or I want, so it's like build a butt.
Care to share how much this actually cost, the surgery?
Altogether, mine was like, came up to like $6,000 and some change. So it wasn't that expensive. People pay way more. So.
All in all, was it worth it?
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm happy.
No regrets?
None.
Now, somebody watching this, maybe they're thinking about it. All right? I'm sure circumstances.
Don't get it because of me.
I'm sure circumstances could be different for everybody. But let's say somebody's watching this and they're 50-50. Should I do it? Should I not? They're in the middle.
It. I was 100. When I went, nobody was telling me I couldn't get it. I even lost a friend. One of my friends stopped talking to me because I told her I was getting it. So I'm the type of person when I want to do something, I'm 100%. If you're not 100% sure, don't do it. You should never do nothing if you got to second guess it. Always go with your first mind. So I went with my first mind, and I want ass. I already had ass. It was just in the wrong place.
And last question here. When it comes to money, bookings go up in price, features go up in price?
The numbers of people calling the book definitely went up. And then I got a lot of guys that just start hitting me up just because they want to hang out with me and pay me to do that. Like, I just want to turn up with you. I just want to have fun. I want you to come to the strip club with me, throw some money, and look good, and, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Like an escort type of thing?
Oh, no. Not escort type of thing. Just a hangout. Now, if I want to do something, that's on me, but no.
Because, if you think about it, I think the definition of escort is just like accompanying someone. I don't think there has to be sex involved. I think when people think of the word escort.
If that's what you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Call it what you want.
Just curious there.
Curious.
Okay, that's. Wow. I had a lot of questions with that. Let me just double check and make sure I didn't miss anything with this topic here. Oh yeah. Here's a question. Clothes. Mm-hmm. Did you have to buy a new size of clothes since the surgery?
I did go down a size, actually. I went down a size because of my waist. My waistline went down. But, and I lost weight anyway, so I had went down. But as far as buying new clothes, not really, because most of my clothes are stretchy. I like stretchy clothes. So I was good. I actually was looking better in my old clothes. So, no.